Bob the Vaping Computer Guy. Today we're taking a look at the Axiom by Innokin. So we have the Axiom by Innokin. Really nice looking small tank. I wish this mod I had it on was black. It's a live pour 80. If it was black, that would look beautiful, but it fits on here absolutely perfect. Nice little device. It's got pros and cons though. Let's dive down close, take a look at the first unboxing I did when I first got it, then I'll tell you about my results after vaping on it for about 10 days. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Axiom by Innokin. Nice packaging, easy to read information, 3.5 milliliter capacity. Doesn't look like it can do it, but it can. Alright. Ooh, a vape band with their name on it. You can probably display that on your tank. So, you got your manual, or a quick start guide really. Alright, pretty basic. Not really needed, it's pretty simple design here. You got quite a few extra O-rings, extra grub screws, as normal, extra glass. Here's your RBA section. Let's take a look at that first. Here's your Axiom RBA section. Pretty nice threading. Small. It's a small RBA section, but it's doable. You're going to have to work with some small coils in here though. Right, you get your spacer, so you can do single or double coil, or dual coil. Threading's nice. Let's take a look at the tank. So here you go, it's your Axiom by Innokin. You can see it comes with already a coil in there. Axiom sub-ohm tank. Really flat pin. Not that you would ever use this on a hybrid or anything, mech mod, but I wouldn't recommend it. Let's see if we can put a standard tip in there. It's just a standard rubberized tip. And it does fit, so you could put your regular tip in there, but I don't think you'd want to with a tank like this. You can see there, a little wet there. So far, no problems. Normally, something like this, very hard to grip to take off, but this tip is almost feels rubberized, and you can get a pretty good grip on it to get that off of there. So you got three pretty big Cylon type juice fill holes there, so no problem with filling. Plenty of room in there. This fits on very nice. No problems taking it on or off. Opening the tank. I just happen to have had the coil a little loose. Normally it'll stay in the bottom. And as you can see in the top, there's quite a bit more space for juice capacity. So when this is on and you're filling through the top, you're not filling just this little area. You're actually filling all the way up to here. Okay, so you do get quite a bit more juice capacity than you would think just by looking at that glass. Base, pretty simple. Look at these coils. So this is a 20 to 40 watt 0.5 ohm coil. Good wicking in there. Dual coil in there. Extremely simple. Pop that coil in, or pop in your RBA section. Now if you pop in the RBA, you notice the RBA is of course bigger than the coil. So you are going to lose a little bit of juice capacity that way, but if you pop in that RBA section, pop on your glass, and pop on your top.
Right? Extremely simple. You fill in the top. You really can't. I guess you can change the coil if your juice capacity. If you turn it upside down, your juice capacity is below this line. Let's see. If you try to open it, as long as you only have a little bit, enough juice in there that it's not passing the top of that chimney, then you'd be able to change your coil. But it's really not designed as a coil, as a tank that you can rebuild easily, I would think. But assembly is extremely easy. Pop your coil in, pop your glass on, pop the top on, open her up and fill, and you're set to go. So I think it's a pretty nice looking tank. It's kind of a small tank, and it looks pretty good, I think. Next thing is vaping on it. Let's see how she does there. All right, let's go back up and talk about it.
There you see the Axiom by Innokin up close. So it's nice, it's stealthy, it holds more juice than it looks on here because you can fill it up quite high over here. Right now I have the RBA section in here. The RBA section is small. You have to build small, but you're able to put a lot of cotton into the juice flow holes, and it's vaping great. Now, I'm not so crazy about this little mouthpiece on here. You really gotta, you put in one of these tanks where you're putting your mouth on the whole top basically in order to vape on it. You can throw a tip in here. There's a silver tip. I should probably put a black one, but put a tip on there. I think it's a more pleasurable vape than if you like it stealthy, you don't use it with that. I like it with the tip on. Now, my only concern with this, everything about it's fine. No leaking, it tastes good, everything about it is good. Here's my problem. This is the RBA section. Again, you got to build small, so it's a little hard, and it's two-post design. So you got to get, if you're doing dual coils, you got to get both coils in and then tighten it down with both coils resting in there. That's, an old style, little difficult, but it works. Now I'm going to take a couple of vapes on this and show you one problem I have. Three nice big hits off of it on my build in here, which is a 0.29 ohms at 39 watts. I don't know if you can see that, right? Not that you, all right, 39 watts, 0.29 ohms, and she's vaping great. Taste on this is okay. It's not great. All right. Now their coils. If I vaped on their coil here, and this is their. What is this, 0.5? This is their 0.5 ohm coil, which they recommend 20 to 40 watts, okay? The taste on this coil is very good, but 20 to 40 watts, I was vaping this on 30 watts right in the middle, and if I tried to do 3 hits like that back to back, I would get a burnt on the third hit, maybe even the second hit. I dropped this down to 25 watts, and the second, or definitely by the third hit, vaping like that back to back, I'm getting a dry hit. It's the same juice that I have in here. I've tried different mods. It's not the mods, obviously, it's the power. But on a 20 to 40 watt recommended coil, on 25 watts, to be getting the start of dry hits on the second and dry hits on the third, that's not right. The coil just isn't doing what it's supposed to do. I couldn't chain vape that and get 3 good hits off of that at 25 watts on a 20 to 40 ohm watt coil, recommended wattage. So I didn't like the coils. The taste is good, but if I can't take a couple of hits off of that at almost the minimum recommended wattage without getting a dry hit, that's just not good. That's just not working for me. But on the RBA section, putting in my own build in there, 0.29 ohms, 39 watts, I can vape it all I want, and she's vaping fine. Taste isn't as good as their coils, though. Their coils, you really can't put a Clapton in there, or it's got to be really small if you're doing any kind of Clapton coils in there. Right now, I just have 8 wraps of stainless steel on, I think, 2 millimeters. I forget what it was. Whatever I could fit in there. And she's vaping good. On my own build, the taste isn't as good as their coil. Their coil is vaping very good. It's a good taste. But again, 25 watts, and I'm getting dry hits. I didn't like their coils. If you're looking for a tank, airflow is also better on my build, on their RBA section, than it was on their coil, a little bit better, all right? That's perfectly acceptable to me, wide open, where it was a little tight with their coil, even on wide open. But probably acceptable, but not as good airflow as I'd like. So, final results. I'll throw some specs up there. You can see the specs on it. But my final answer is, on their coils, I don't like it. I don't like that 0.5 ohm coil. If they have other coils coming out, that might be better, but I don't like that I can't back-to-back vape it on 25 watts. That just seems ridiculous to me. The RBA section, tight to build on, small, but you can vape it back-to-back, no problem there. And of course the coils are just going to, whatever you build, it'll determine your taste and your cotton and so forth. So it's a nice, small, stealthy tank. I think it does a pretty good job. It's built well, it looks nice, seals are good. The RBA section works good. Small, but works well. You may like it, and if you're looking for something small like that, no problems with it. I really can't recommend any cons other than that 0.5 ohm coil that came with it. I don't like. I don't like that I can't vape it on a higher wattage. That's about it. You know, they can't say any more than that. They're recommending 20 to 40 watts, and on 25 watts, I'm not getting a good vape. Something's not right there. Maybe it was a bad coil, but that's what came with it, so that's what I got to review it on. All right, so I'm going to take another vape, and then we're out of here.